Hello and welcome back to my live stream. So it's been a long while since I last did one of these. I feel more than a little nervous about it. In fact, I forgot to press live when I actually should have gone live, but never mind. I'm here now. So if anyone is out there, please pop a comment. It'd be nice to know that there's somebody there. So first of all, I thought we'd start by going back to the question of why give up a smartphone in the first place, given how amazing these are, not just in terms of pure compute power, but in terms of what they can do for us in a modern lifestyle, from banking and MP3s, music players, video players, streamers, internet services, health monitoring app, just everything is on your phone. You can even order from the bar using your phone. It is quite impressive. So why would I give up on this in the first place? And I think we have to go back and ask ourselves what we spend our time doing. And I was finding that I was spending a lot of time just using my phone for no apparent reason. Hello, Victor Norma. I'm glad to see that somebody is here. Welcome to the channel. Hello, Dominic. How are you? I hope you are well. Yes. Sue and I are watching intermittently. That is absolutely fine. Thank you for joining me. And so I gave up my smartphone because during lockdown I was using it an awful lot. And the reason we use devices like this, scrolling through Facebook or looking on for messages and things, is essentially because we think it makes us happy. And what I realized during lockdown is that this definitely wasn't the case. In fact, this became quite the object of anxiety. First of all, the constant notifications. So the endless pings from Facebook notifications or WhatsApps or Messenger, you name it. Every app on here creates some kind of notification at some point. When that happens, you want to look at your phone, answer it, something to deal with, and it's just one more thing to think about that day. So in terms of mental energy, this is quite sapping. And I think if we're all honest, we're all aware of that. We can't put it down and just leave it. We have to check it periodically, picking it up, looking at it, making sure. The second thing is that, as I've already mentioned, our screen times are massive. I would easily spend an hour just scrolling through mindless videos on Facebook or on Instagram or something like this. And that is, perhaps it's a use of an hour, and if you enjoy it, that's absolutely fine. But it could also easily be considered a waste of an hour, given that you could have done something more useful with that hour. And so with that in mind, I felt that my time would be better spent not staring at the screen on here and doing whatever it might be that I was doing on my phone. And thirdly is exactly that, the screen addiction. And with phones in particular, screen addiction is a real issue. And I think we see it in public, people often walking around looking at the phones, not looking where they're going, and people in restaurants not talking because they're on the phones. And it causes anxiety, and it's a massive distraction to the real world. So that's why I thought I would give it up originally. And the intention being that I would hopefully feel better for it, which I have to say I definitely do. So what am I doing instead of having a smartphone? So initially I swapped to this phone, which is a Nokia dumb phone. It does have Snake on it. I'm not very good at Snake, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's big. It's got 7 days standby. It's actually, not bad for phone calls and such. The biggest issue with this is the camera is terrible. Having been used to 13 megapixels to go down to I think it's 0.12 VGA. So it's like not even 240 pixels across. It is absolutely rubbish. And so that meant that I actually needed to carry a camera with me if I wanted to take any pictures, one of these. And that's absolutely fine. That worked fine. But it was one more thing to carry around. And obviously, as my day-to-day carry, I would carry a PDA anyway, one like this perhaps, or one of the ones you can see behind me, or more often than not, I would be carting around my Janada 720 in order to write scripts and things. So having a camera as well, yeah, it's a bit much. So you end up with pockets full of things. So after attempting to use this for a little while because I wanted better MP3 playing capabilities than I was offered on the Nokia, and this certainly did that. This is a Sony Ericsson Walkman phone. The camera on here is only 2 megapixels and it is a bit scratched because it's exposed, so it tended to take poor pictures. I eventually settled on this. So this is the Sony Ericsson C902. It's got a 5 megapixel camera and it does texts and calls, and that's about it. Obviously, multimedia messaging is back in my world. So yeah. So that's what we went to. In addition, because I work in various places, I also need a sat-nav of some sort, and so I have a Garmin, which was donated to me by Andy Burrell. So thank you very much, Andy. I really appreciate that, and it will go back in my car tomorrow for when I'm driving around. All those things are normally just done by one device, and I fully appreciate that that makes it easier to carry, but to be honest, I'm enjoying having more than one device. So what am I using my smartphone for? Because it's not disappeared, I've not got rid of it, and I do still use this. So it's not left the house in over 12 months, and that shows that I don't need it. But I still use it because banking on your computer is much more difficult than banking in an app, and the fingerprint sensor and the rest of it makes security better. So actually, I still use this for banking. I also use this for reading the news in a morning. Got to keep up to date on the news, and of course I can use my computer for that, but my computer lives in my office and I don't want to be carting up and down, so it's easy to use that like a tablet to read the news in the morning. And I'll sometimes use it for WhatsApp and messaging when I'm in the house, although I tend to use my computer instead and just ignore WhatsApp and things otherwise. The other thing it's good for is some of the other apps, like booking apps, like when booking hair appointments or dentist and things like that. So Booksy is really useful. Oh, is my camera not focused? 1 second, let me try and sort that out. Menu. Right, I have to swap cameras in order to do that. Oh yes, it's on manual focus. 1 moment. Showcase. I will just be 1 second. Sorry about this. I'm going to have to unplug and replug.